Hey guys, welcome to the StockCraft channel. My name is Dontez. I am the lead trainer of StockCraft, as well as the general manager of Ducks Trading LLC. Today, we're going to demo the registration for StockCraft, as well as demo the registration for the data provider, QuoteStream Media. At the end of this video, I'll introduce and demo the new features to the StockCraft platform. So with that out of the way, let's get into the content. First thing you want to do, open your browser, go to StockCraft.net. In the left column, go to log in and register. If you haven't already, register your username, email, and password that you want associated with the StockCraft account. If you already have one, put in your credentials and log in. It's going to take you to the accounts page where you can manage your descriptions, payment methods, and account details. If you don't have subscriptions or plans, go to the left column and get some. Once you choose the plan that's correct for you, buy now, add it to the cart, read through your software agreement, put in your legal name, click sign. You can choose to draw your signature or type it in, and then have it copy and paste it for you. Click to agree and sign the agreement. You're going to go to the checkout window. At this point, you should receive a confirmation to your email. If you have a coupon, click here to enter the coupon. My coupon gives me the biggest discount, so I'm gonna apply that coupon. Big discount. Enter your billing information and agree to the terms and conditions and sign up now. You want to scroll down and download the instructions for the installation by clicking this purple button. After that SC folder is downloaded, open the folder, extract the files on the folder by right-clicking to extract the files. If you already extracted the files, open the folder. You're going to see two folders, one that says get data, as well as how to install StockCraft. These are your installation instructions. So for us to get data from the data provider first, we'll go to the get data folder. We'll open that folder and we'll go to the get data PDF. This is going to give us instructions on how to register for the data provider. So you go to the first link in the PDF, and this is going to give us a link to the registration for the data provider. You click that link and I'll demo the registration for the data provider, QuoteStream Media, for you. On the next screen, you want to confirm that your account information is correct. If it is, agree to the terms and conditions and press next step. Then congratulations, you opened your account. Click OK to continue. Now, before you go any further, you have to agree to the exchange agreements. That's going to be the NASDAQ and the New York Stock Exchange and Amex. You put in your personal information, put in your employer's information. These are the same information that you have to put in when you register for your broker. You're going to come down to the verification questions and apply what's appropriate to your situation. So in my case, I'm using the data solely for personal use. Being retail, these don't apply to me. At the bottom, click all the boxes to confirm that you agree. Sign your name. Then you'll come to a page called Non-Professional Exchange Agreements. These agreements will be sent to your email. And press click here to continue. You'll be redirected to StockCraft, where you see the thank you screen. And then thank you for setting up your data connection. All right, guys, we just signed up for the data provider, and now we need to install the StockCraft platform. I just demoed the registration, so I might as well demo the installation. So let's get into it. First thing we want to do is go back to that SC file. In the SC file, you'll see a folder that says how to install StockCraft. Open the PDF. It's going to give you written instructions for how to install StockCraft. I'll demo how to do it now. You go back to the white icon that says StockCraft x64. You open that up. It's going to say to extract all files. You extract all the files. Gonna open up the same SCV file, except this one's gonna have a slight change to it. Now the icon is going to turn blue for StockCraft. That just means you can install the platform now. Open that application. Go to more info and run anyway. You're going to agree to the terms. You're going to press next. You're going to choose where the folder needs to be. Then you're going to press next. You're going to do the minimum amount of components. Press next. Create a shortcut if you want to by pressing this checkbox. Then press next. Confirm this is what we want to change. And then install. After the installation, press finish. And then the portal for StockCraft should come up. While this is coming up, you should probably go back and check your emails for the web server number that you got from your data provider. By the time you installed StockCraft, that email should have already gone through. And so I go to my email and I see that there is a server ID down here. This is my client ID. I'm going to copy this. I'm going to log on with my StockCraft credentials. It's case sensitive, so I'm going to put lowercase in my case. I'm going to enter the portal. When I gain access, it should say logged in. If I was denied access, it would say access denied. When we open the portal, it's going to give us a blank platform. I'm going to full screen the platform. I'm going to come up to the brokers. I'm going to go to my data provider. In this demo, we signed up for quote stream media. So I'm going to go to quote media. I'm going to enter in the credentials for quote media. I'm going to enter in the ID they gave me in my email. I'm going to log in. It's going to run the data from the data provider through the StockCraft platform. And now that we made it this far, we can see there's a lot of updates to the StockCraft platform. I'm going to introduce you to some of the new features in the StockCraft platform. First off, let's go to the gainers and losers. If you go to any one of these columns, you can now go to show column chooser. This can add or delete columns. That's something that wasn't there before. Same thing with the market overview. You can add and delete columns with the show column chooser. When it comes to the overall panels or large tabs, you can now highlight those tabs and then right click. You can float the tabs into their own separate window, or you can choose to dock the tab by right clicking and then going back to dock, and then it puts it back in its place. Another honorable mention of the updates would be the symbol info. So the symbol info, the data that runs through it is limited by the data provider's availability of the data of that specific ticker. And so in this case, you see the float and the short and the price per earnings ratio. It's missing for the SPY. But if you open up another chart, you unlink the SPY and then link the new ticker to the already linked news, symbol info, and level 2 using the same color of symbol link, you can see that there is data provided for that symbol, and you can now see there's a market cap available. This symbol info gives you a great at first glance impression of the stock, and that's critical for gaining an impression of the stock. And so I really appreciate this new feature. Another new feature would be the paper trading function in the trade view. This is where you can do your paper trading. And so let's say I want to trade FTCH. I'll come up to the ribbon and I'll go to trade, or alternatively, I can press Control O and I'll open a new order. I'll put in FTCH. I'll select the ticker. I'm gonna leave it on market order versus limit and stop. And then I'll either put in the exact amount of money I want to make in this position, or I'll come over to the right and I'll click this button, and then it'll do it by the number of shares or contracts I want to make a position with. And then once I've confirmed that the price and the amount of contracts and the total amount of money involved are correct, I'll press place. What that does is it places me into a position, in this case a long position, at this specific price for this amount of contracts, and at this point this is my profit. Now another cool feature of the trade function is I don't have to just close this position. I can also reverse the position all in one click. I'm gonna reverse the position and I'm gonna confirm, and then it just turned that position from long into a short. And now remember, I had a previous long position, so to close that long position I had to sell the position, only to short sell the position later. Now if I want to get out of this position, I have to buy my way out of the position, so buy to cover. So I'm gonna close my position, I'm gonna confirm, I'm gonna go to the transactions, and if I read through the transactions in chronological order, I'll see that I had a long originally, and then I sold that long, then I shorted, and then I covered by buying. Another cool feature that I want to mention is a thing that's probably been staring you in the face the entire time, is the new level 2 quote, or the news feed. So with this level 2 quote, I'm in after hours, so it's not showing all the possible routes you can take. But if I change this ticker to something that's a little more popular, like the NASDAQ QQQQ, we can see more exchanges pop up. On a day where there's actual market activity, there's going to be a lot more. But for now, we also want to pay attention to the news feed, where there's a toggle button at the top left, this symbol versus all. And what this pretty much does is it gives us a tight net of sources from that news feed, and you can choose to release that net and view all the sources available that are related to that ticker. Now, last thing I'd like to mention in terms of the new features, it would be the quality of the data. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to stack the charts, and you'll see there's a new workspace. Where you can flip between the charts. And when viewing the data, I'll look at the overall time frame. And in that time frame, I'll go to a year. And we used to have a limit to where you only can look within 3 months on the 30-minute candle. Now you can look to over a year, make things even better for the day traders out there. If you go to the 6-month time frame, you can look up to the 2-minute candle all the way in the 6-month time frame. This gives us an advantage over most of our competitors by having access to this 2-minute candle data on the 6-month time frame. Most of them can't even get past 2 months. There's more updates, but they're very detailed, and there's going to be more updates in the future. All right, guys, that wraps it up. You got your 2 demos for the registration of the data provider, as well as the installation of StockCraft, and then the demo of the new features in the StockCraft platform. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.